Yeah, I got to change that name. I don't like that name. She named him.
What's it looking like for your son that's incarcerated right now?
Well, actually, he have 15 years right now for drugs and a gun, and then he's tied on a RICO case. So they getting up for trial. He ready to rumble with him, but I be like, boy, if they give you 30, boy, better take the 30. Lay down. I'm out here. I gotta make sure you're okay. But right now he have 15 already, and he's fighting. And here's the thing: he's charged with 2 homicides. But in the indictment, they got a homicide when he was 16 years old, but he's an adult now, so they can't charge him with it. But I told him to be careful. I said, if you plead out to those 2 homicides, be careful because they'll try to use relevant conduct and give you a life behind that one, how they did me. You know, because see, the law changed when we was in there. That's how my co-defendant was able to get off it, was if it's not relevant conduct, then you can't charge them with it. So what they did was they threw it in his indictment. They said if it's not in your indictment, if the prosecutor haven't put the stuff in the indictment, then they can't come and enhance you with all these upward departures. So they got slick and put it in there. He had this murder on this day here, this person here, when he was 16 years old. I'm like, what the purpose? Why y'all got this in here? So I told him be careful with that. They'll try to use relevant conduct or try to hit him within the scope of the conspiracy. You know, he was a juvenile. Still show the judge, like, look at the history of him from a juvenile to now.
Yeah.
Because my son didn't get in trouble until he was 18 years old. When he'd never been to juvenile jail. When he turned 18 years old, he caught the first gun case.
So they just went back and said that he did it at 16?
Yeah. Yeah, and he got in his indictment, you know.
So was he trying to, like, follow in your footsteps, or was it just lack of guidance? What do you think led him down that similar path?
Both, you know. I'm in prison. He hear those stories, so it's like, oh, my dad. And like I say, I always thought he was riding dirt bikes. I ain't gonna lie, you know, I'm like one of the ones, like, I ain't gonna be naive, and I know, but his little forehead was sore for us too. Like, Dad, all I do is be riding my dirt bike. So, you know, I'm thinking, oh, man, my boy. Because every time I call home, everybody tell me how he ride them bikes. People from all out of state come ride with him. So I was like, I said, so you the best one in the city? He said, no, Dad, I got like 2 friends that's better than me, but everybody like him. You know, so they all come ride with him from all out of state. So I was just like, okay, and I would make sure he have at least 6 pair of tennis shoes or sneakers to wear to school. I'm flooding with shoes every year, so.
From prison?
Yeah, I did everything from prison. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Bro, listen to me. Not one. You notice this? I've been home 2 years in 5 months, going on 6 months. Not one baby mother came forward on social media and say he deadbeat or he didn't do nothing for my child when he was in prison. I took care of all my children in prison.
Man.
All of them, because I had the money. Birdman and Slim was dropping it like it's hot.
If you could, like, guesstimate how much you got from them during your entire bid, what would you think it was?
I would say $500,000.
Damn.
Birdman, you let him say it's gonna be $1 million. You know he gonna add, right? But I'm gonna say $500,000. It could have been over $500,000, but I went with a plate for $375,000. The lady cut the check, right, and man, I was like, oh man, I didn't know the lady. I played like I told her, but I ain't that lady gonna do that. So I got it, checked, and I held it for like 90 days, but I gave it back because he was crying about that money.
$375,000 in the feds, man.
No. She sent it to my bank. I had a credit union out in Pensacola, so she would cut the check to my credit union. Certain big checks she would cut and send it to my credit union.
While you're in the feds.
Yeah, while I was in the fed.
So, and then you say you taking care of people though. I don't know if you was into some other stuff too, but
well, yeah, he cut me off. Cause you know in the Fed you got homeboy people, and you ain't gonna just spend your money. So you might dib and dab, get a little here, give him a little drug. Here you go the homies.
Okay.
Cause you know you gotta feed them hyenas. You gotta feed the homies. Cause you ain't helping them homies, feeding them homies. When something go down, they gonna just let you to feed you to the wolves. Mm-hmm. So I don't care how tough you are. If you get money, you got something, you're gonna have to look out for somebody or show love to somebody, because when they go down, they're gonna protect you at all costs. So what I used to do is certain homies, if they got certain drugs on the compound or something, I might invest in it and get it and give it to them. Here, y'all go do y'all thing. Or if I got an office, I could get cigarettes. Here you go. Let the homies hustle, get their stuff together. Because, you know what I'm saying? So to go down, it's like, okay, man, now the homie taking care. You know what I'm saying? So
you show love.
I went to the hole for an investigation for drugs when I was in the penitentiary. So my mama called him and told him, Birdman that. He was like, oh, if he locked up for drugs, I can't deal with him no more. And he cut me off for 6 months. That's how long I did in the hole. But I understood it because it was like, your name all in my paperwork. I'm on investigation for, you've been on investigation for drugs. We sending you money like you don't want for nothing.
No reason.
Why would you be doing that goofy stuff? But they don't understand what goes on in prison. Like, federal is different from state.
Break that down.
State, say me you out the neighborhood or we from the same city. Me you might get into it, might be isolated. Or a homie off my block might jump in and help me fight it, but it might be 2, 3 of us, whatever. In the feds, Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, it's like 12 southern states. We all together, so I might be in cell with a guy from Texas or Florida. I ain't never knew in my life, but this is my homeboy. I gotta protect him. Gotta make sure he okay. He protecting me, making sure I'm okay. We ride with one another. I'm talking about we really going to war, fighting or stabbing. The opposite. So in the feds, you might have 200 men go to wreck y'all, and there might be 20, 30, or 40, or 50 of y'all go to war. So now y'all go to war, whatever, and now they gonna run y'all off the compound. Y'all got to go. So now you got some thorough, real stand-up gangsters amongst this 20, 30, or 40, or 50, but it's 200, 300 of these men. They outnumbered. They got to go. They're gonna get killed.